Welcome to the Seller Roundtable e-commerce coaching and business strategies with Andy Arnott and Amy Wees.
And you make recommendations on the standards, because I know a lot of people are nervous about, should I do a 100% inspection? And I know from what we teach in our Canton Fair Experience course, we just teach them really you should go by the AQL inspection standards. So you don't really need to do a 100% inspection. That's going to take multiple man days, and your quality is going to go way down, because think about if you were an inspector and you had to sit there and pick up every single piece and look at it. So it's actually recommended that you do an inspection that is not so stringent, because that allows for the inspector to take more time looking at one or two units from each carton, and making sure that it's good. Or if it's during production, they're doing a better job of inspecting one product across the whole production line, along the way, instead of like, oh my gosh, I have to pick up every single one of these. And then what's the other thing about, what I'm nervous about sometimes, I think, is you send an inspector in and your factory's not ready, and then you paid for that. Well, how do you prevent that from happening at Kima?
Well, let me go back to what you said about the 100% inspection. I just want to let people know, and because I do get this request a lot of times from actually Amazon sellers, 100% inspection, it is very rare for somebody to do 100% inspection. And definitely do not expect to do 100% inspection at your first order. Most of the time, the only reason why companies would do 100% inspection is if they've done previous inspection in the production. Let's say, for example, they did a DuPro and a pre-shipment inspection, and it's still failing, and there's still a lot of defects. So that is your last resort. Basically, what they're doing there is, and most of the time what we do at 100% inspection is that we don't look to do function tests anymore, because it's already been done down the production line with other inspections. Most of the time, the 100% inspection is for us to just sort out defective products, because the client doesn't want them to be shipped out. And you're right, it takes a lot of mandates for 100% inspection. Start with the standard. On the AQL table, the standard is AQL level 2. So depending on how big the lot is, or the total quantity of your order, there's a certain sample size for level 2 that we will inspect. To give you an idea, let's say, let me pull up my AQL table here. For a lot size of a lot size of 1,200 to 3,200 units, the AQL level 2 is 125 samples. So that 125 will give you the data you need, enough data that you need to make a decision on the quality of your whole lot. It's a good representation already of how the whole lot is doing for when it comes to the quality side. Now, you can lower that down to a level 1, or make it more stringent to a level 3 sampling size. So a level 3 sampling size for those for that lot size, 1,200 to 3,200. Let me double check. Is to be 200 pieces.
Got it.
So it's not a big difference, but again, that should be enough samples to give you relevant data to show what the quality is of your whole lot.
And it's not like an inspector is trained to make sure that if it's 125 pieces out of 1,200, they're not just taking 125 pieces that are piled up over here in the corner. They're making sure they're going across the whole area and taking one from here and one from here, and making sure that along all the line of production that the quality is standard across the board.
That's correct. Yes. So actually, our protocol for our inspectors when they come into the factory, and this is why we say finish and pack, is it has to be finished packed in the shipping boxes. And our inspector comes in and he selects random shipping boxes to be open, and he would select random samples from each of those boxes.
Got it.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for live Q&A and bonus content after the recording at SellerRoundtable.com. Sponsored by the ultimate software tool for Amazon sales and growth, SellerSEO.com and AmazingAtHome.com.